Here in the city of Norwalk, California, Legends Boxing Gym, catching up with former NABA super featherweight champ Carlos Morales. Carlos, it's been a couple of months since your last fight. How are you feeling after your loss to Alberto Machado?
It was a great learning experience fighting Alberto Machado, and we learned a lot from that fight. And we're excited to make a comeback on December.
Let's go over that fight. He knocked you down, you were making a comeback. At the end of that fight, the fans, the audience felt like you were making a comeback. You could have actually stopped him, or if had it gone 12 rounds, you probably would have won the fight. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, I started a little slow. I got caught in the second round for dropping my hands and stay on the ropes. And I was just trying to control him a bit, get him to get excited and waste most of his energy, and you know that actually happened. So I started picking it up after the 5th round, and then I ended up closing the fight hard, and I felt like I got some knockdowns that obviously didn't get count. And we fought in Puerto Rico with Puerto Rican judges and Puerto Rican everything.
Did you feel that the fight, at the time when it was happening, did your game plan change after that knockdown in the 2nd round?
No,
did you feel his power?
Well, definitely, he's definitely a strong fighter. He's never been past the 4th rounds. I took him to 10 rounds, and he does have power. It's just I got careless and I got caught, But I learned, and we have to move on.
The fact that, like you said, he hadn't been taken to the limit. He had only fought 4 rounders. In his last fight, now that he's a world champ, he stopped Jetro Corrales in the 8th round. Do you think it was the stamina issue with his fight against you?
Well, in that fight, I felt like Corrales got careless. He had the fight in his pocket. He got careless, and he can't get careless with a strong fighter like Machado in front of you. And,
because of his power?
Because of his power, and he has speed, and and he got caught and lost. So I took him 10 rounds, so I wouldn't. I know what it feels and what it takes to take somebody that strong to 10 rounds. How
were you able to neutralize his power in the later rounds for his fight?
He got excited the first 5 rounds. He wanted to knock me out, so that kind of helped. I was just trying to, weather the storm. And once I felt that he was weakened, that's when I started picking it up, and that was it. I was able to close the show in the last round.
Now you're back in the ring. You're back in training camp for an upcoming fight. You were telling me that this could happen in December. What are the plans for your return to the ring?
We're scheduled December. Nothing hasn't been confirmed yet. But I have to get this W on December, and hopefully Machado will give me a rematch here in the States.
At the end of that fight again, Carlos, since we're covering the fight with Machado, what was Coach Manny Robles telling you? Did you feel like you were losing the first 5 rounds in that fight?
Well, yeah, obviously I lost the 5 rounds because I got knocked down in the second, but some of those rounds was close, I didn't agree with the scorecards of the judges. Obviously, they want him to win, but I feel the fight was a lot closer after the 5th round, and we closed the show, good. So
you're a Golden Boy fighter. Alberto Machado, he's a Cotto Promotions fighter. Why didn't you guys agree to have the fight here in California or a neutral site instead of you traveling to Puerto Rico?
Well, it was an opportunity they offered me, so I couldn't resist.
Okay.
They said I'm a fighter. What I have to do is fight, and I really didn't care where we were going. Inside the ring was just going to be me and him, but I didn't think about the judges, being part of it. So
your manager Rod Davis was telling me that in the fight you were actually winning some fans on your side. They were rooting for you at the end of the fight. How did that feel?
We were in Puerto Rico, so if Puerto Rican fans starts shouting your name, then it means that you gave them a great fight and a great show.
How did you feel at the end of the fight? Were you pleased that you closed that fight strong?
I was disappointed because there were some knockdowns that didn't get count. and then obviously didn't win. So that was a bummer, but it's just nothing better than to get back in training and do better next time.
Your biggest probably disappointment that you're talking about right now was the fact that you were one step closer to that world title shot. Had you beaten Machado, you could have fought Corrales. What would you have done different or the same to beat Corrales that night on October the 21st?
Well, they're both different fighters. Corrales is more, he's quicker in his hands and feet. He's in and out. And he doesn't carry as much power as Machado. But, if I would have had to fight Corrales...
You could actually get the chance of fighting Corrales now that he's not the champ, like a eliminator fight in order for you guys to fight Machado again.
I just want to fight it and get back and get on the top 3 so it could become a mandatory challenge and become world champion. That's the ultimate goal.
Now that you've experienced the fact that you took another loss, you hadn't lost since your first professional fight, what would you be doing different in order for you to be successful for your upcoming fight?
I just got to start earlier and don't get careless, and everything should fall in place after that.
What would you like to say to the fans now that you're back in the ring for them to see you again in action?
Don't miss my fight. It hasn't been confirmed, but I'll be fighting December. Don't miss it.
Thank you for your time. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the ring for more action. In training camp, Carlos "The Solution" Morales. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.